A proud Australian moving right along in the contest to the round of 16. Brand new heat just kicking off. Carissa Moore, a three-time world champ, a three-time Bells champ, is the headliner. She takes on her long-time childhood rival in Coco. And Keely enjoying an injury replacement wildcard spot the first two events of the season. Big hack for Coco. She tried to control the start of the heat. We love the aggression, though, that Coco threw on that section. Carissa Moore is going to speed by her here. Nice, clean, full roundhouse cutback. It's going a little bit flat on the inside. Speed building. Carissa Moore just finishing off a layback hack on her opening ride here in the second heat of the seeding round. This is what Carissa threw down, Potts.
Yeah, well, we talk about power, you talk about finesse, style. I mean, this young lady, she's got multiple world titles under her belt, and she's not done yet. Showing off some power as well at the end there. One of the better styles, I think, on tour, Joe. She's just so powerful, and then when she really gets her confidence up, you can tell from the get-go in this heat, she means business.
You go back to Gail Cooper, who's got 10 Bells titles, who ended up getting 6 in a row back in the day. Carissa Moore swinging off the top. Floats down the line. Here comes the windup. Blowtail finish by the crew for over a decade on tour. Back to Carissa's last swing.
Yeah, Carissa, well, she's making no bones about what she wants to do. 2 good scores on the board and really crank up the pressure. That's exactly what she's done. That board looks good under her feet. She looks loose. She looks like she's got a bit of confidence going at the moment. Busts the tail out of that one, gets a little bit of a drift. So Carissa looking sharp here in the early stages, Joe. Nothing huge.
Already looking so confident. Coco host turn. Quick speed jam there. She pulls that maneuver off. 2 consecutive waves with really just one section to work with for Coco.
Judges are prepared to throw big scores at single turns, and that's where Coco's looking at.
Keely, injury replacement wild card, up and out. Keely finaled on the Gold Coast last season.
Danger signs for opponents.
Coco throws it vertically. Clean connection to start. Big hack on the next section. And now winding up for a third and a solid finish. Coco letting it all fly out on that last wave.
That's what we're talking about. Get a little bit angry with that wave. Show a little bit more aggression, and she did that on that last ride. Big second snap on that wave. It's going to be a great score for Coco.
Well, the fins out hard on every section.
Well, it's kind of like Rocky Rights, where she's grown up all her life. This next turn here is the money shot. Big snap.
And then hitting that final section, 3 in transition. It was such a great read for Coco, who lined up this first one out the back. Tagged it. Second one, she started early and showcased a lot of power there.
Yeah, look at this turn right here. Perfect position. Kicks the tail out. Shows a bit of aggression. Great technique again, and just kept that board nice and flat, so it came out smooth. And then again, finished strong. So Coco, definite comeback wave for her. I think wave selection for Coco as well lets her down a little bit.
Here comes Keely floating that first section. Floats the next one to cover some ground. And lay back finish ends the pick complete. But just seeing her glide down the line, you're noticing that extra liter of volume.
No, she looks pissed. I mean, she looks really mad. Like, watching her attack these waves is fun. And let's see what she gets on this one. She looks like she's looking at it. I think she's going to dig her teeth into it.
More action. Thank you, Striders. Carissa Moore attacks that first whitewater section. Belts it through the crumble, and now she's down the line. Speed float right off the bottom. Hammers it off the lip. The 3-time world champ flows to finish.
No, she's showing aggression, and I think, you know, as an athlete, as a surfer, you show a bit of aggression. It's going to make your turns way more dynamic. There's going to be a lot more energy in it. You can see how she's racing down the line. Watch this maneuver right here. Jams it in the pocket, throws spray up into the heavens, and Carissa Moore finishing strong.
And then you leap to Gail Cooper's 10 as we go to Keely. Nice clean carve off the top, hits that section nice and clean. A passion for the sport. And he's thrilled with what Keely's been doing in between events.
I mean, this young lady, she just does.
Gold Coast, she got in a flight and came right here to Bells, so she's had plenty of warm-ups. Coco first turn, solid out the back, second over the whitewater, nice and clean. The Hawaiian now wrapping into the pocket. Whitewater section, she'll throw the tail and pulls it.
Well, Joe, she's got a good score under her belt already. 5.4 on that last ride now. One judge went as high as 6 and the low of a 4.7. And this one is going to be another good score for Coco. First turn. You can see she's starting to crank it up a bit more aggression, a bit more speed and power. Keeping that flow through the inside. Kind of went a little sleepy through this period here, but finished nicely. It's a beautiful surroundings. You know, when the off-season come down here a little bit through winter time, and it's amazing. I mean, that's probably the best time for Bells Beach is midwinter, freezing cold, and this place really cranks.
Coco starting to set up her first move, winding up for a big vertical. How's that flow? Just reading that well into the next section. Even though that wave was relatively short, she just showed off exactly what you were talking about with that technique and flow.
Well, we're still waiting for 2 scores now for Coco. Watch this first turn here. Jams it beautifully in the pocket, and again, that flow, that smooth transition. She doesn't need a long wall to get big score.
In every matchup they've had together, Coco now out in front, Carissa second. With priority, Moore digs into this way. Setup work out the back, speeding down the line. Here comes a big windup. Hits the lip off the top and has an end section to work with for a nice forehand half.
Meaning business. Let's have a look at this wave here. It's kind of a racetrack for Carissa. This is all setup work. You can see as she widens her stance, now cracks into that first maneuver, and then up through the lip again. And as she comes down, I mean, that is the serious face of Carissa. We don't see that a lot, do we, Joe? She's very happy and smiley and having fun, and even after certain waves during, you know, intense heat situations, we see her smile. But watch when she comes out of this wave here, puts her head down, rides out of it, and that is all business right there from Carissa.
Here comes Keely Andrew. She has a solid vertical. That's her signature move, featuring it twice right there at the wall at Winky Pump.
Keely Andrew, this is a beautiful opening maneuver for her. Snapped it through the lip, so this is definitely Keely's best ride, and gets herself back into the heat. What a heat this is, Joe. All down to wave selection. Keely jamming it in the pocket. Beautiful style. Maybe cut that turn just a little bit short. I'd like to see her hold her rail through that maneuver a little bit better. It'll produce more speed coming into that next turn. It's best ride, and now she's back in the heat. Coco up and riding as well.
A lot of action here. Late hit for Coco. She'll go down right in front of Keely Andrew. So she's going to regather herself to see if the priority judge will let her have first pick again. It's been really cool to kind of hear about how the world's best choose their jersey numbers. You know, they want to make sure it's the exact number they want, because that'll be their number throughout their career. Chris always goes with 10 because she's striving for 10s. Coco's got the number 4, but she goes down in transition.
Back in the mix.
What a great battle that's still building. All the numbers increasing for our athletes in the second heat of the seeding round. Carissa Moore with a wrapping cutback. Little inside racetrack. Tries to snap to slide on that end section. Loses the handle there.
That's not going to be a massive score. And then Coco's kind of fell out of rhythm a little bit, Joe. Nice little tight snap, and then right here goes down. Fortunately, that's not going to go into her top 2. And then Keely desperately looking for a good backup. Races down the line, and a big floater maneuver. One's done well, or even won an event. So you got to put it out there. And I think the more you do that, the better you're going to compete at.
Looking at Carissa's role in this heat, passing Coco, lip line float to finish. Rosie and Mad Steves making this year so special at the Rip Curl Pro Bells Beach. We're wrapping away with Keely Andrew. Loving that extra foam in that board as she'll just slam that end section. She's finding her speed without too much effort, just even adding 1 liter of volume from the 5.7 she rode on the Gold Coast.
Flowing through her turns a lot better. I mean, Keely's a powerful surfer, and a little bit of extra foam's not going to hurt. Look at this opening maneuver. Nice jam, throwing a lot of spray. Keeping that flow going through the inside here. Now needs to finish strong. Kind of took a bit of shine off that last turn by trying to put too much into that wave. I'm a firm believer of less is more out here. You focus on a couple of big turns, you're going to get better scores than trying to fit in a bunch of half maneuvers. That first turn was fantastic though. And again, throwing a lot of spray. Kind of let her down through the inside section here. She cuts this turn short to try and fit in a nice closing maneuver, and took a lot of shine off it, a lot of speed off that last maneuver.
Minute 45, Carissa trying to put more pressure on Keely. A lot of wind up. Here comes the ramp. Going for the air reverse. And just got a little bit hung up. As soon as she got to her feet, we just felt that was coming. It's a maneuver she's been working on for a very long time. Coming down to this to see who can avoid the elimination round. Heat leader Coco will use priority for this wave. There's that classic frontside wrap from Coco. Belting it off the lip. Third maneuver is going to be a lip line float just to cover some ground. And now a big forehand hook to finish. And now Keely Andrews got an opportunity. Big wrapping turn out the back. Big section to float. Two-turn combination as she's fighting for that second spot to move on to the round of 16.
Yeah, I think you can see the frustration because she knows she let that last ride slip through her fingers. Could have easily have punched that 4.77 out, and it came in at a 3.93. So and then that last ride, I'm not sure whether that's going to be enough. Putting more, and that, which makes the maneuvers look better, right? Let's have a look at Keely's last ride. First turn, big hooking maneuver, lost the fins a little bit off the bottom. Still waiting for that last one from Keely. 4.77 required. Coco just dropped another bomb as well.
What an incredible heat for Coco. She's flying into the round of 16 with a big win. 7.03, finishes with her best number.
Yeah, went
I think that's probably one of the better round one performances I've seen from Coco.
Jason Shibata loves it. Maud Lacar
Yeah, I love you.
in her support crew. Already celebrating. Keely Andrews' score coming through, needing a 4.77, a 4.33. Not enough. Keely Andrews is going to have to deal with the elimination round, and Carissa will be moving on in second to the round of 16.